just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, my cut right off on the curb. Like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? In the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, AD!
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Here we go,
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Rip left, rip left. He's cracked.
12. Flash.
Garoppolo now. Gets this one to use check. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mike 42, check. Mike Smith. Jim.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is Harris. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try the left side. Kidd And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Barry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Barry. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Let's go. 6.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Go.
Right there.
On 1st down, Kidd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Back to throw. Barry. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some space here. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here we go, here we go. 180! 13! 13! Kill! 80 weapon!
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Hey, Delta! Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Garoppolo looks to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check, 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 check.
Now a give, right side. Kidd, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. The Packers' 1-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 49, check 49. Lock, lock, lock. 42, Mike, 42.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
12, fellas, here we go.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 14-7. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll try the left side. Kidd. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
12, fellas, here we go.
42, 42.
I got this.
Pick it up. 42 the mic, boys.
11.
42 the mic.
Garoppolo again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Here we go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Credit the tackle to Kentavious Street, the product of NC State. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Going up top. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
Five.
It's going to be a long day.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Defense, boy. I play defense.
This is fielded at the goal line.
I'm playing against somebody I don't even know.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Beautiful interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Looking to throw. Barry. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the bootleg, Barry. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Hooked by Tarvarius Moore. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Check safety.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And some room to run now. The 40, 30, 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a second and long. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Ready?
To throw on second down. Barry. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Oh, boy, when a good tight end reads man coverage, is able to run the corner route, almost impossible to defend. They can use a good head fake, work him inside, and then they'll get him on their back or on their hip and keep them away from the football with their body.
Back to throw. Barry toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Watch the out, watch the out.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Operating from the gun. Barry to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Coming to you. Hey, alert!
They run again with Breida, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
21. 2.
Mike, 44.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Harris to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on 1st down. Barry. That'll be caught by Cup. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Barry. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time.
Check 56. Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Let's go.
Hey, Haywood. Go, get it.
Operating from the gun, Barry. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 14. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here, the 32. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play, and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And he pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
They'll run on first down. Kidd. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. Kidd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barry. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the 49ers, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside